The story begins with the Dark Elves seeking to reclaim their homeland, even if it means going to war. The High Elves have not forgotten that the Dark Elves have fallen from grace. The High Elves fight back, feeling that the Dark Elves have the menacing influence of evil in their midst. After centuries of fighting, an armistice is reached. The terms would be discussed at the conclave of the Elves, which would be led by Queen Ava. The Queen wants her niece Elhain to attend so that she would learn more of the world. Elhain believes that the High Elves and the Dark Elves are far more alike than anyone knows. However, Queen Ava forbids Elhain to talk about such things at the conclave. Instead of a peaceful summit, it devolves into insults and threats. Frustrated, Elhain speaks of her findings and beliefs despite what her aunt, Queen Ava, told her. Most of the Dark Elves scoff and laugh at Elhain, but one Dark Elf named Kael believes her. Kael shows Elhain that the shadow that stains the Dark Elves can be purified. He also tells her that the High Elves hold the key to purifying the Dark Elves. Kael and Elhain meet in an elven cave holding many secrets, and they return to this cave every night. Eventually, they learn of the cave's secrets, as well as each other's. With a shared pendant, they promise each other that they will meet in the cave at the next conclave. As he promised, Kael returns. He waits and worries, but Elhain never shows up. Kael's worry turns into anger as he feels he has been deceived and made a fool. He feels it has all been a ploy to humiliate him with trickery that the High Elves are known for. Kael puts all his efforts into the cause of his race. His sheer anger and rage fuels his power. In the following years, the conversations of peace continue to fail. The Dark Elves eventually call forth a shadow war. A preemptive strike would prove the strength of the Dark Elves. In the Queen's palace, Kael and the other Dark Elves catch multiple royal guards by surprise, killing them. Most of the Dark Elves search for Queen Ava's chambers, but Kael chooses another room, destroying the door with dark magic. Kael yells for Ava, saying he knows she is there. Suddenly, an arrow of light shoots towards Kael, who blocks it with a shield. Kael and his unknown foe continue to shoot, block, and dodge each other's attacks, seeming to be at a stalemate. Their weapons eventually clash as an all-too-familiar pendant flashes into view. Both recognize each other as their faces come into the light. Kael's face shows anger, shock, and then he smiles as he says Elhain's name. The episode ends as Elhain looks at Kael in shock, breathing heavily.